So I want to go through my favorite exercises from the Troy Stetina Speed Lead Mechanics book, which you can get and should get if you want to improve your guitar technique. Over a decade ago it costs 20 bucks, so it's, I'm sure, more than that now. A lot of exercises in here, but I'm going to start with my favorite one of my favorites, because there are a lot of them in here that have been really beneficial. Exercise number 1, and that's what it looks like. Obviously, you can get your own copy. Is really what I would do. Get books, because it helps you focus, just like playing guitar. I'm going to read the introduction here that Troy wrote for this exercise here. The degree to which your left-hand fingers can make a movement without affecting the other fingers is called finger independence. With better finger independence, your left hand will play more relaxed and new note patterns will come, quote, under your fingers, unquote, more quickly and with less practice. Set your amp for a clean, undistorted sound so that you can really hear what your fingers are doing, and use the back of the neck position for your left thumb. As with all exercises, practice slowly enough to play perfectly and feel a steady rhythm without hesitating between or rushing notes. The key is accuracy and control, not speed. That is written in italics with an exclamation point afterwards. Concentrate on keeping your fingers close to the strings at all times, fretting the strings in the space right behind the frets, playing on your fingertips, and relaxing each finger as the next one comes down. He wrote lifting each finger as the next one comes down, which is wrong. So there are some things to correct here in the book. Function of muscle principle, efficient function would be that you do not have, you should have a uniform direction of movement. So if I'm flexing a finger to push the string down, I should not be extending a finger as that happens. You don't want to have contrary motion. So, in the exercise here, I'm going to start with my pointer finger playing a note, and then as my middle finger comes down to hammer the next one, I'm simply just going to relax the muscles that are flexing here. You want to get used to relaxing as you flex, not extending while you flex. That's bad, and you could even injure yourself doing that. So again, I'm just going to correct Troy's book here a little bit and say that don't extend your finger while you flex that one. You're just going to relax that finger, and so on. So step 1 with all these exercises, what I do is I'm going to play first at a tempo where I'm 100% confident I'm going to get it perfect, exactly right. So I'll start slowly. And he has you shift into the new position to do the same thing again. But I'm not going to do that for time's purposes. Next, I'm going to get my metronome, another thing you should also get. The one I have here, which again I've had for decades, is the Whitner MT50 quartz metronome. Runs on a battery. Now I'm going to try to visualize the speed I just played, but that's a little fast. So I'd say I'm about 46, 44, and that's going to be my starting point. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the exercise again at that speed. I got everything perfect, but let's say that, I got everything perfect. Let's move on with that. What would I do if I get everything perfect? I'm going to take it up 10 beats per minute to 56. I'll do the same exercise again there, a little bit faster. got it. Again, perfect. But let's say I made a mistake. What I would do then is take my metronome down a notch, a little bit slower, and I'm going to just practice. You know, there's a couple different things you can do. One thing you could do is a burst. So I'm not going to try the whole exercise. I'm just going to try 2 strings. And I'll do the third one half speed. Main thing is find something you can do that's a little easier at which you can succeed. Right there. If you don't know how to use a metronome, you know, just start by practicing 1 note, and then you can graduate to 2 notes equally divided. This is going to do 4 subdivisions. These are 16th notes. So I want 4 notes equally divided. Obviously, I'm doing hammer-ons. I'm only plucking once for every 4 notes, and I'm also doing pull-offs. These are fretted pull-offs, and just as a reminder, if you're going to do a fretted pull-off, you need to be pushing on the finger that's going to receive the pull-off. You need to also be pushing on that as well as the first note. So with these, I just place all my fingers down and do the pull-offs. So that'd be one thing I could do if I didn't get 56 beats per minute. Slow it down a little bit and do some bursts. I did get it, so I'm going to go a little faster here. I'm going to 63, and I'm going to do the exercise there. Perfectly timed, everything great. So now I'm going to go up to 72. What I did notice right there is that I had a little bit of trouble there with the timing. Just in this area, some of them were not perfectly timed. So I'm going to isolate that area. Always isolate your trouble spots. So I did it. Even though I started in a different spot, I carried the exercise all the way through back to that spot, and I got it. You know, and normally I can do some of these exercises up to like 20 minutes as I'm really working, trying to reach my maximum, and I always record my maximum record of all time. For me, my maximum record is 200, over 200, which, you know, if I do my metronome, so it's really fast. But just to save time here, I'm going to say, okay, what happens if I have another mistake? I don't get it perfect. So one other thing that I'll do is I'll notice that, well, you know what, with these 3 fingers, you know, it goes pretty easily with those 3 fingers. Here I'm doing triplets. So that's a little bit slower. Going a little bit slower to help me succeed, and only using 3 fingers. That'll just help me break beyond my tempo barrier. Now another thing I can do is these 3 fingers are a little bit harder. Doing the same exercise there, just triplets. So outside of just looking at, okay, where's the treble spot, and let me isolate that. Outside of just using bursts, like 2 at a time and then 1 half speed, 2 at a time, 1 half speed, I can also do triplets instead of 16th notes and do those fingers there too. All of these things are going to help me succeed at my faster tempos, and then I can go back and try the normal exercise. Having gained new success and more skill, now I can go back and try that and keep pushing and working. There's going to be a struggle. Even if you're really talented, really skilled, really coordinated, you should still struggle to achieve your best.